Right, we're in. 1-2, 1-2.
Hello, this is Ryan Jacobs speaking. You haven't put it on unlisted, have you? Oh, you just not allowed, is it not, we're not allowed to, we're up.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Grant Store Victory Park Stadium for tonight's game between Chorley and Kings Lynn Town, the playoff eliminator. My name's Pete Tscherewik, joined alongside Ryan Jacobs. Ryan, we said on Saturday at Rush Hall it doesn't come much bigger. Well, that's us proving wrong. It certainly does. And tonight, under lights at Grant Store Victory Park Stadium, it's a job for Chorley to do. Can they do it?
Yeah, it's a massive, massive game. This is what the season now comes down to after a brilliant campaign, finishing the season strong in 5th. It's now down to the boys to see if they can progress even further, get that game on Sunday, see if they can get through to that stage. This Kings Lynn team had a little slip, shall we say, against Chester on the weekend. A surprising 3-0 defeat. Chorley's form coming into this is super strong, 10 goals in their last 2 games. You know, the Magpies got to come into this maybe feeling the more confident, especially with the home record that Chorley have as well.
Yeah, you've got to think that that defeat for Kings Lynn on the weekend against the second string team from Chester will have left them hurting, will have left them thinking, what's happened there? What has caused that? See, Adam Lakeland's interview as the Kings Lynn Town manager was quite something. I don't know if you call any of it, Ryan, but there was a fair few words said that can't be repeated on air. He wasn't happy at all. And listen, his team, the last thing they'll wanted to do after that game against Chester will have been to come to Chorley on a Tuesday night, and Chorley have got to make the most of that, haven't they?
Definitely, you've got to take a team off when they're down from a result like that, because they would have been surprised, they would have been shocked, and they would have been angry. So there'll be mixed emotions for them coming into this one. They'll want to put it right.
And here come the two teams then. Welcome to the Grant Store Victory Park Stadium for this evening's playoff eliminator between Chorley FC and Kings Lynn Town. My name is Pete Tscherewik, joined alongside my co-commentator Ryan Jacobs. Ryan, you've got a Chris White shirt on. I haven't. It should be the other way around, but we're all up for this one, aren't we? And so are the players.
Yeah, you can tell it's a big occasion. The crowd have come in their numbers today. It's one of the biggest attendances of the season, of course. It's great to see so many here supporting the Magpies, and that's going to make the world of difference as an already solid fortress.
Yeah, and you can just see the Kings Lynn supporters behind the goal. It's probably about 100 of them, if that, and you're looking at least 2,500, 3,000 Chorley supporters here in attendance tonight. The best attendance of the season so far, and it comes at the most important time, more than likely, barring a miracle, Chorley's only game at home throughout what could be either a long or a short playoff campaign. We'll find out tonight, either after 90 minutes or 120 minutes. But listen, again, Chorley have got a job to do. The game at the Walks only a couple of weeks ago was a 0-0 draw, and it wouldn't be surprised if we see a game similarly played out in this one. Playoff games tend to be cagey, but from where we're sat here on the press bench, we'll be hoping for a positive result in Chorley's favour, won't we?
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see which team comes on the front foot first. It's going to be super tight, cagey affair between these two teams. Nobody will want to give either the upper hand early on. They'll want to look after the ball in particular. I think Chorley have really got to use their home advantage, which they have earned, thanks to Chester as well, who played a vital part in that. But Chorley have got to take full advantage of this home tie against a Kings Lynn team, which again will still feel being a little bit shaky. And again, I can't wait for this one just to get started. And how the opening few minutes go into this game will obviously not be decisive, but it'll be a key indication on how teams are feeling, how they're settled into it.
And I think you mentioned, didn't you, about how Kingston will be hurting. Well, surely coming into this with a world of confidence to them. You know, they had the perfect result on Saturday bar in the early opener from Roddy McGlinchley, and then after that, obviously before was the game against Radcliffe. So they come into it 10 goals in 2 games, only 1 conceded. It's the perfect harmony as referee Declan Brown gets us underway here. Kingston straight away on the ball with Coulson, Domateo. That'll be an interesting battle tonight between Gold Domateo and Mark Ellis. And this time, Scott Wilson battling away with Freddie Sassu. Was a key part of what Kingston like to do down that left-hand channel, and he'll be one to watch for tonight.
Yeah, definitely so. And you mentioned Gold Domateo. He's a very tall striker, isn't he? You just see there his leap. He's got a good leap as well. He'll definitely be one to watch. That is for sure. Just because balls into the box crossing, he'll be the target man, of course. But Chorley have got tall players themselves, like Cole Hall, who's been in some fiery form as of late.
Yeah, listen, there's been a lot of talk about Cole Hall and Tom Carr this season in terms of are they good enough to make the grade for Chorley? And I think over the last few weeks, certainly, the last few months, in truth, they've certainly shown that. As Carr is in behind here, down the right-hand side, puts the ball over, it's overhits it, doesn't get the contact. Warren Clark chasing down after it. They do well to keep Lynn, and he just such as a little bit loose, and maybe there, Ryan, just a sign of some early nerves as Tom Carr looked to have a bit of a path towards goal on the right-hand side. Chance to cross into Cole Hall, but didn't quite get it right, as we can just see below us. One of the Radcliffe managers, Bernard Morley and Richard Keogh from Blackpool. You've just given him the thumbs up, Ryan, this week at Blackpool, and I wonder what they'll think of tonight's game.
Yeah, I think they've come into this game very excited. I've got a cheeky bet on the Blackpool players who is a former Kings Lynn player, so he's feeling confident about Kings Lynn. But I'm feeling obviously confident about Chorley. So again, it's going to be really, really interesting how this game really plays out. Chorley showing some good signs early on, but it's all about settling into the game, isn't it?
That's a good ball that in towards Josh Hamami, formerly of Southport, coming up against the Magpies on a number of occasions, made the move to full-time football to play down in Norfolk this season. 4 goals in 34 games coming into the game this evening, and he's another one we've got to watch in that front three of Omateu, Hamami and Matty Warburton. Interesting that Adam Lakeland's not gone for Ross Crane, this evening being a mainstay in their team. He is on the bench, though, along with another few attacking threats in Johnny Margett and Finn Barnes. Chorley's first opportunity here to come in with a long throw. 3 minutes gone here at the Grand Stud Victory Park Stadium. Again, Ryan, the usual suspects in Henley and Clark staying back. George Horbury and Courtney Senior on the edge. Mike Alverley right on the line. As Blakeman now has got the ball in hand, and Andy Priest is barking instructions there. He wants George Horbury to go closer.
Yeah, he wants that short option, but Blakeman
comes the throw from Blakeman. The obvious target is Mark Ellis. He's up, he's towards it. Looks like Kings are going to manage to clear, though, and there's a chance for Matty Warburton down the right-hand side. Adam Henley shepherding him away and gets a foot in to clear. That's dangerous, that, though, isn't it? It's only a 1v1 situation. You back Henley in those types of situations with the pace that he's got, but Warburton, we saw at the walks only very recently what the threats that he can pose in terms of the experience that he's got, obviously being in a well-esteemed professional with a lot of experience at EFL level as well at Halifax Town. And now we're going to see the first long throw from Sass over from the right-hand side. So the left-sided fullback going to come over to the right-hand side to deliver a long one in here. In it comes. It's very long. It's punched our way by Irwin. Back out to Sass. Cuts inside with his left. Crosses. Gets up. Shot comes in off the backside of Senior. Shot comes in again. Second by the Cherry, and Chorley clear to scramble it clear. It'll be another opportunity for Kings Lynn. Once again, Sass is over to come and take it, and that's the first danger sign from the visitors for this evening.
Yeah, it's an unbelievably long throw from Freddie Sass. I think I completely forgot about he had that in his locker. And again, we have that in ours as well. But, I mean, when an opposition team has it as well, it kind of makes you a little bit nervous to be on the receiving end of things. Sass again going long. Ellis clearly pushing the back.
He was caught there. Cody Johnson trying to pick up the pieces is once again back out to Sass, who leaves it for Warburton. Henley's there on command to try and watch out for him, and then a loose pass from Taylor in the path of Warburton. It's slack, and surely you've got to throw, and you can just hear Andy Priest calling on his players to settle down here.
Yeah, that's it. It's just not right. It's playing to the occasion, but not obviously rising to it, if that makes sense. You don't want to have that nerves in your system. You've got to forget it's a playoff game. You've got to play your normal game. The way that Chorley can play is unbeatable at times. We've seen that in the past 2 games in itself.
They just need to calm down here. I think Kings Lynn, after a couple of minutes of Chorley action, it's Kings Lynn who seems to have settled down the better of the 2 sides in these early stages. And Johnson, another one in the heart of the midfield for Kings Lynn, he's really one to watch. On loan from Stockport County, and he was, for me, the best player on the field the last time these 2 met. So I think from Chorley's point of view, thinking back to the last season's playoff eliminator against Curzon Ashton, both teams there were so cagey. They didn't want to go for it. They wanted to play within themselves in certain ways. There were very few clear-cut chances in front of the goal. This game, though, has the feeling that we are going to see a few chances.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's probably going to be one for maybe both teams, if that makes it, because it's just the occasion off the game itself. But the teams will be nervous. They'll be willing to not put in that maybe big 50-50 challenge. You'll see.
One of your favourites, the 50-50, is Blakeman just goes down the line there in search of Carr, and it's half cleared away. Mateo then leaves one on Calverley. Play continues, and now a chance for Sass to try and break 3 past Senior down the left-hand side. Down the line he goes, and wins his side throw, takes it quickly back to Taylor. Cross comes in very early to Mateo. His touch is loose with his chest, and Calverley hooks it clear in search of Cole, who flicks on. And Carl McFadden, who at Kings Lynn had a lot of physical contact with Cole Hall in the reverse fixture. So that's another one of the opposition's battles to look for.
It's seeming interesting here, Pete, already. Gold on Mateo already. His battle with the Chorley backline, just seeing how it's all working out. They're getting a little bit physical between one another. And that's what's going to happen. And so far, the referee's allowing it. Yeah. He's allowing it to become quite a physical game already.
Yeah, trying to give you the best sort of vision of how that game was. Obviously, it was just me on that day, a relatively good one to miss, if you like. But you were busy elsewhere in Bahrain. I know where I'd rather have been on that day. Warren Clark just driving down the line, doing quite well. He's done really well, actually, to win his side throw. But on that day, again, it was a big battle between Mateo and Wilson and Ellis. And I think fair to say, from a Chorley point of view, they got the better of it. Although Adam Lakeland, the Kings Lynn manager, in his post-match interview from the weekend, argued otherwise. He, though, remains goalless. 7.5 minutes go, and Chorley's second opportunity to come in with a long throw, quite close to the corner flag, and it'll be interesting to see how Blakeman delivers. Here it comes. Mark Ellis is up, flicks it off the back of him, and it's still alive. And Ellis goes down inside the box.
That was a little bit cheeky from Ellis. It was a little bit of a dive, and he knows it, but
asking a bit too much. And referee Declan Brown just inclined to let that one play on, and Blakeman quickly this time goes down the line with a throw towards Cole Hall. Horbury's in there, still alive from a Chorley point of view. Horbury's kept it going. Clearance isn't convincing as Scott Wilson's now got it. Looking to dig out across, does well, and that's the first corner of the game, and it's a Chorley corner.
Yeah, really nice work from Scott Wilson. He got it controlled with his chest. He brought it down well, and he really didn't have much of a choice but to really connect with it and just hope that it goes out for a corner ball. It did, and it's good work again from Scott Wilson. And again, this is the momentum now that Chorley can build upon. They're settling into this game. And this is just what Chorley needed. And now Blakeman's got a perfect chance to do a corner. Again.
Andy Priest really giving some strong instructions here. Blakeman, the outswinger, to come in. Just hesitates, goes in deep towards the back post. Mark Ellis is relatively free. It's deep. It's off the line. Off the line. I think it's Josh Hamami. Has cleared one off the line from Mark Ellis. It looked like it was coming in slow motion, didn't it, Ryan? He was probably giving a little bit too much room there, Mark Ellis. And Hamami, not the tallest player on the pitch, is forced to head it over.
Yeah, again, we mention it time after time. If you give a man like Ellis space on the ball, in the air, he will aim it towards goal. It's a looping header. The keeper just had to watch it really and hope for the best. And on this occasion, he got saved by his defender. But George Horbury now losing the ball in midfield, and Kings Lynn are going to look to break. And thankfully, Ellis is there to read it. But again, it's back of a Kings Lynn player, Cody Johnson, now on the ball, just settling things down, playing it back to Carl McFadden. Again, Kings Lynn just want to settle into this game, move this ball around. McFadden's back on the ball. Playing out wide to the captain, Coulson, who goes long and tries to go over the top, but it's comfortable for Irwin. And that's what Chorley will be happy to claim.
I think you have to say 10 minutes on the clock. That's the first clear-cut chance of the game, albeit from a set piece. But now Declan Brown just holding up the play. Looks like there's an injury. I'm not sure if it was a head injury, but it's Dylan Crow, Ryan, who's in a bit of bother. We're giving the players a bit of a moment just to have a little drinks break. I think it's actually Warburton who's in a bit of discomfort. It's the Andy Priest here, Ryan, as we've got a minute just to pause. Andy Priest and Chris Anderson. Instructions going the way of George Horbury and Courtney Senior. Cole Hall coming over. Mike Chorley having a word with Adam Henley, and then Tom Carr over with Christian Hughes, the head of strength and conditioning.
Again, all the players have got to stay nice and hydrated. It's a very hot day here in Chorley. It's good to see this breaker play, just to get players rehydrated, keep their energy levels nice and high, because, again, they've got to work hard today.
Well, some insight for you before the game. It was with the referees and his assistants exchanging some paperwork, and the referee said to me, is there any chance we can have some more water? So the sun's sort of starting to die off, but the temperature's still here, Ryan. You've got your shirt on. I've, for some reason, got a bit of a sweatshirt on, but I am quite warm. As the ball comes over from Irwin, it's headed up by Coulson. Sass next there to head on. Calverley this time lets it down towards Senior. Senior towards the right-hand side. Goes left and right to find Horbury. Horbury digs out a good pass to find Henley. Down this right-hand side, Senior's offering the option. Close by Johnson, trying to watch him. Johnson puts a foot in. Good foot in from Cody Johnson, who again looks lively in these opening minutes. And Chorley have to settle for a throw right on by the corner flag, and Blakeman will go over to take it.
Yeah, it's more positive work, and I think this is probably a little bit better for Chorley. It's an in-swinger. Blakeman is an absolute killer of a delivery on him. We see it time after time, but is it actually a throw-in? It's a throw-in,
it's a throw, it's a throw.
Not a corner.
Yes.
But it might as well be a corner.
It may as well be a corner sometimes. Here it comes. It's over again towards that man, Mark Ellis. It's met in the air. As Ellis goes up again, it's still alive in the edge of the box, and Kings Lynn to scramble it clear. Warren Clark just trying to watch Warburton, who's tried to keep it in, but it has gone out, and it will be a Chorley throw bang on halfway. And Kings Lynn didn't look too comfortable there, Ryan. It has to be said, did they?
No, they had to double up on Ellis just to get it, and then it nearly didn't even work out. So a very long throw again from Blakeman.
But too much on it, if anything. Calverley opens up his body, finds Adam Henley with a bit of room to run into. Taylor, the man closest to him for Kings Lynn. Henley goes low with the cross in the end, but it comes back to him at the edge of the area. Horbury, Henley. Oh, he
just lost his foot in there. But
it was almost like he was caught, but there wasn't enough contact to merit a penalty being given. But Chorley again here, really growing into the game, and now the second corner.
That's a really nice turn as well. He just, if he didn't get that maybe slight touch, he could have got a strike away. But again, it's just the heart is beating. The crowd are up for it. Here in a good atmosphere. Stands are absolutely filled, and so is it just everywhere, isn't it, Pete? It's a great atmosphere to be a part of.
They're offering the option. Blakeman swings it in low, and that time it was half cleared away by Kings Lynn for another throw, and that's a new one, that, Ryan. We haven't seen a corner as flat as that before. One off the training ground, perhaps. Mixing it up, Andy Priest. Blakeman another throw. This time to come in again towards Ellis, who's caught. Horbury's there on the edge. Warburton. Blakeman's there, going to go for goal. Bent it in. Great save. That's the first real save of the evening from Paul Jones. Adam Blakeman. It just felt him really nicely, didn't it, Ryan? to just open up his body and try and curl it towards the far corner. It looked like it was going in, and Jones with a great save.
Yeah, I think he had vision of it the whole way, which was made it a bit easier for him. But yeah, you can't take it away. It's a good save. It was a good curling effort from Blakeman. Fell and set up perfectly for him. So it was good work from him. Again, Preece just shouting some instructions at Blakeman.
It goes to Wilson. Scott Wilson. He's free. Scott Wilson saves it. And it's just wide. It's Mark Ellis who was there, and he just couldn't get a foot on it. It doesn't get much closer than that, and Kings Lynn will be really breathing a sigh of relief. You could see Adam Lakeland looking very nervous in the dugout.
It was inches. It was literally, I think the ball might have just bounced over his foot, which he just placed perfectly just to tap it in, but inches from the opener. Now Paul Jones can just maybe give his Kings Lynn teammates just a little breather. They've been under the cosh, shall we say, for quite a bit of time now. It's been corner wave after wave, shall we say. And it's Jones is just giving it straight out, and it's back in Chorley hands, and they'll be a little bit frustrated with that one. No, coach driver. He's where Blakeman is, green hat.
Yeah, our coach driver, Matt Haslam. It's also his birthday today. I know he won't be listening in because he's at the game here, but
great to see him supporting. He comes with us every away trip.
Yeah, really good spot from you, that, to be fair. Really good spot from you, that, Ryan. Matt Haslam, our fantastic driver from Orion Travel, is with us this evening on his birthday. And Oren Willis just behind us making a comment at his very special teeth, made specially in Latvia.
For me, it had to be the sunglasses. It's those iconic sunglasses.
The green cap, the green sweatshirt. Chorley again looking to come forward, and Kings Lynn forced back. Just sort of try and plonk the ball clear. It's a good aerial battle in the midfield between Taylor and Horbury. Johnson there looked like an elbow was in on him, on Horbury, and eventually Declan Brown does go back and give the first foul of the evening, says Oren Willis.
He always looked second five.
So free kick bang on halfway for Chorley, sorry. Blakeman over it. Not going to be shooting range this one, Ryan.
No, and it's all about the delivery here. Let's go into the back post.
Yep, towards Mark Ellis, who's there. He meets it. The flag is up, though. Ellis down in a bit of discomfort, I think. Like a challenge came in from Tom Wilson.
And this is not looking good for Ellis. He is in a bit of discomfort in his knee. He's rubbing it too. And now
there's no way you're listening in from this evening, as always, guys. Anybody from Spain, anybody from Bermuda, Roger Hall, maybe?
Or Saudi Arabia.
Saudi Arabia, maybe a certain Mr. Jacobs. Just looking at Mark Ellis here, Ryan, it doesn't look good.
No, he looks in real discomfort, and I think he could be coming off here, Pete, because...
I'll just have to have a look and see what Robbie Harrison, the physio, says.
It's just the way he came down. And I think he landed all his weight on that one leg.
Maybe the magic spray. I think as I've just said, that he's pulled something out of his pocket, Robbie Harrison, and Mark Ellis just tapping, I think it was his knee or his shin. But, you know, as I say on FIFA, he's a tough cookie. Hopefully
he'll carry on.
He'll be okay to carry on. Again, though, another opportunity for the Chorley players, the Kings Lynn players, just to have a moment, have a drink, try and settle themselves down. Kyle McFadden having a word with Gold on Mateo. Let's have a look at Mark Ellis. I've not seen a hand gesture from Robbie Harrison to say that he can't continue, not the infamous switcheroonie.
But he doesn't look happy here, Pete. It'll be tough for his season to end there.
The tap on the back from Robbie Harrison, and just trying to make a look and see if he sent anyone to go and warm up. Andy Preece.
He'll definitely
He's already got a few there. And
he'll give him... He knows his body better than anyone, Ellis, and he'll know if he can continue.
Just trying to see Harvey Smith getting himself warmed up. Can't quite make out if Jack Lecky's all the way down, but just have to see if he's allowed to come back on. He's asking now, so Mark Ellis is okay to continue. It's great news from a Chorley point of view.
Referee's still not letting him on.
I think you have to wait a little bit of a
Mm.
time period to let him on. Now he's back on mark, and yeah, hopefully just a stinger. Yeah, I think he's okay. We'll just have a look. I'm just a bit obstructed by the stairwell here, but he's moving okay now, Mark Ellis. Henley down the line, he goes towards Cole Hall. His shirt's being pulled. There's Horbury. Good tackle from Calverley. Now out the right-hand side to Cole Hall. Bit isolated here. Goes back towards Henley, and Cole Hall takes the throw in quickly. Finds Tom Carr, his strike partner, down the right-hand side. Coulson's there, the captain. Tom Carr trying to do them both. And Sass then kicks the ball into Carr, and it's a Kings Lynn throw. Nearly said a Curzon Ashton throw, Ryan. Wrong game, wrong year, that one.
Well, on this occasion, we can't play them, so no need to worry about them on this occasion. Again, it'll be a long throw from Freddie Sass just to get them out of this corner situation, and he's going to gain quite a few yards from where it was the ball did go out.
So Arsenal 0, PSG 1, for anybody wondering. Ousmane Dembele with the early goal as Chorley looking to come forward again, and Kings Lynn just content to just play a bit of hoofball, really, as Ellis this time goes for something similar. But Freddie Sass there, clearly, in the eyes of the fourth official Lee Heibel, had a great view of that, Ryan. He was being pulled from pillar to post.
Again, it just seems to be that the referee is trying to let this be quite a physically contested game and let things go, which is quite an interesting one.
You know, you've got to, once you've made your bed, you've got to lie in it. And Declan Brown certainly seems to be letting a lot go. I think Oren mentioned only one foul so far in the game. Roger Hall, there he is, the man of the moment from Bermuda. Good to have you with us, Roger. Hope you enjoyed your trip over and had a good flight back. As McFadden now on the ball for Lynn. Goes back to Coulson, and Coulson, incidentally, wasn't available for the game earlier in the season. Again, only a few weeks ago, but back in and amongst it for the visitors this evening is, again, Chorley trying to get a foot on the game. Keith, nice to have you along with us this evening. Hope everything's okay with you. Wilson down through the middle. Tom Wilson for Kings Lynn. Picks out Warburton, a bit of room in for Taylor to run into. Down the left, it's a loop cross. It's up towards Mateo, straight at Irwin, though. First save of the evening, for Matt Irwin to make 22 minutes squad. It's a comfortable one, Ryan.
Yeah. Again, it doesn't feel like 20 minutes that's been played, though, does it, Pete? It feels like a lifetime has gone by already, and that just shows you the occasion and how it's getting to even us. And you can't imagine what these players are feeling. One bad touch, and you can get punished for it. It was a good delivery, and it was a comfortable save in the end. I think Mateo will be disappointed in himself. Irwin going long. It's Hall who's got him beat into it by Coulson. Again, they go long, and Ellis now wins the second ball after Wilson wins the first one. Hall then plays it back to Blakeman, who goes long.
That delivery, looking to find Tom Carr. He's done really well there. Josh Coulson trying to get close to Carr. Goes back towards Hall, but then eventually it's a really smart ball, and Cole. Oh, I really like that turn from Cole Hall. It has to be said. The ball was intended for Hall, but ended up in the feet of Blakeman, and then Hall just peeled off his run, didn't he? And had to get a turn in towards the box, but Johnson, in the end, got a foot in, and as he did so many times, 2, 3, maybe 4 times in the reverse fixture, to save his team's skin.
Yeah, it was a good touch. It just got away from him, unfortunately. Ellis there winning the header, importantly, again, against Mateo.
Clark does really well, goes in towards Clark, who's again squashed in by McFadden and Johnson, and Blakeman now down the line. He goes towards Carr, headed away by McFadden. Johnson, loose touch from Taylor. Cole Hall trying to put the pressure on, and again the ball's long over the top in search of Mateo. Wilson doing really well there, Ryan. You can just see off the ball to sort of shepherd away on Mateo and deny him from getting a run through.
You just think there maybe, I know it's obviously having the better view of it, obviously, but you'd think maybe Ellis could have gone back to Irwin. He could have taken a touch and then just reset that play. But again, Ellis knows way better than me. He's a more experienced player. He knows when to go long and kick it out and just let Chorley reset, and I wonder, will it be a long throw? Because
Well, that's the caveat to it, isn't it? I don't think Ellis got the contact he wanted, and it's not Sass, incidentally, over to take the throw, so that would indicate that it won't be a long one. But you never know. Dylan Crowe might have something in his locker. He's taking his time, certainly, to take the throw. He's gone short eventually to Warburton, and he's done just about enough to keep the ball in. Warburton down this right-hand side. Horbury trying to close the door. Taylor for Kings Lynn. Tom Wilson. Ball at his feet. Tom Carr trying to deliver it again. Kings Lynn trying to go for that early cross. And that's something that we've seen already inside the opening 25 minutes, Ryan. They just seem very keen on playing that ball in early.
yeah, definitely. It's obvious what their game plan is, to me anyway. It's just get the ball down the line and probably cross it in and hope that Omateo can get his head on it, because it's a brilliant game plan. It's playing to your strengths, because they've got great guys on both sides who can deliver good first-time deliveries.
Sass is taking a lot of time to take the throw. It does eventually, and it's up straight into Mike Calverley's head. And Carr then meets it. Cole Hall looking to turn away, and he's done really well. Cole Hall driving away. He's got Johnson there. Looks like a really bad challenge. It's a really bad challenge from Johnson.
I love the contrast between the two commentary teams. One thinks it's a really bad foul. The other next to us thinks it's a good tackle.
From where we've got a pretty straightforward view. Saw those next to us, in fairness, but it looked like Johnson had caught him maybe a bit too forceful on Cole Hall, and surely have got a free kick. Blakeman looking to loft this one in. Ellis is there at the back post, the obvious target again. The delivery's not great from Blakeman, though, and he puts his hand up and says sorry.
Yeah, you just see the panic, in a way. You can see the worry that Tom Wilson has on his face when he's having to mark Ellis. He drops a yard sooner than Ellis, and he plays the rest of the team on side. And maybe that's something that Chorley can maybe exploit, knowing that whoever is one-to-one man marking Ellis, they are going to drop that a little bit deeper, a little bit sooner, and you can probably step that little bit sooner as a result of that. It can be something to exploit. And Wilson doesn't look all too comfortable
there as well. You just see Kings Lynn trying to sort of set up to play out the back, and then after a bit of deliberating, they take the time, and Paul Jones wants to go along. And again, no, this is valuable time though, Ryan. I think Kings Lynn are happy just to take the time on goal kicks and throws. And it's good header. Finds Cole Hall. Good touch from him. Calverley through the middle of the park. Goes for that diagonal-ish ball towards Carr. He'll chase after it and does really well. Another throw. Likely to be a long one to come in again from Blakeman. And Calverley just trying to unlock the door there.
Yeah, it's just feels like the door's creaking open a little bit. It's just, you're wondering, will there be that ball that finally goes through? It feels like it's coming. Blakeman's going to take this one front.
Will it be towards Mark Ellis? Over it comes, and Wilson and Ellis are in there. It's off, I think, off. Ellis, as Calverley looks like he's almost like he's been taken out there. And to be fair, you can see your arms outstretched, Ryan, but there wasn't really much of a Chorley appeal as the ball's over the top again. Oh, and it's a good save. A really good save from Paul Jones again. He had to be alert to that one. Mark Ellis with a sort of a backwards header, looping, and Jones had to make the save.
Yeah, it was quite ironic timing as well. As it was happening, the floodlights came on. I wonder if that might have put the keeper off slightly. Tom Carr was close to pouncing on it, but not on this occasion. It was a good save, like you mentioned, but again, Ellis just being that danger man, and a few Kings Lynn defenders were putting their arms up, complaining, and Ellis has let it run through.
Oh, great playing that from Scott Wilson on goal. Omateo, a real shrug on him, and now Chorley looking to go forward themselves. Carr trying to nip in. Clark and Johnson again, that live wire in midfield, trying to disrupt the play, and Calverley this time penalised for a foul on Hamami. I couldn't really see that, Ryan. What was your point of view?
It just seemed a bit of strength to me, and he went down Hamami quite easily, but again, this is quite different between the two teams. It's still been that strong, cagey affair. I think the only reason why I think the referee's given it was slightly, maybe you could argue, in the back. I thought it was the side from my point of view, but I can see why the referee's given it. But Calverley was understandably angry.
I didn't see much in it, but it was, similar to obviously the Johnson one that was given against Kings Lynn, and then that one against Chorley. I guess it's evening itself out.
And just
see Huddersfield Town player Dion Charles next to us here, and a good friend of Matty Irwin's.
For a second, I think, pretty fast number of American I think he felt he had to take it early, otherwise it could be issues. I think just that once he had to take it early,
we're now to take this goal kick. Going to go long once again. It's been the game plan from Chorley.
Long it goes over towards Warren Clark. Heads on nicely. Tom Carr slips over there. Bit of a nasty slip actually from Tom. I think he's okay, and Chorley looking to come forward again. Johnson and Carr battling away, and Tom Carr that time penalised for a foul on Johnson. And again, Ryan, it was another one of those where just a bit of a nudge in the back, and then he gives it against Chorley.
Yeah, it's rather a weak one, but again, if the referee's hand long enough in the back, they will tend to go and give it a foul, unfortunately, on that.
Maybe not as much as you do with the goalkeeper's contact, as we've discussed so many times over the course of the season.
Again, Jones goes long. Ellis winning it this time.
Good play that from Henley. Johnson trying to nip in and relaunch an attack for Kings Lynn. Taylor down the line, and he gets it all wrong. And
Henley going to go long down this right hand side. Hall's trying to contest, but he's beaten to it by Sass. And now it's a little bit of a battle between Clark.
Oh, nearly there.
And it was Crow who was battling him with, but lost out this time. Johnson now back on the ball for Kings Lynn.
Aubrey then looking to nip in. Good touch from.
And again, he's got the ball back.
Johnson again through the middle of midfield here for Kings Lynn. Ryan, he looks like the one who, again, he impressed me so much in the last game. And here again, the live wire, he looks like the one who's going to make things happen for Kings Lynn, but also the one who's going to prevent the danger from coming.
Yeah, he's got a lot of energy, hasn't he? He's not scared to get into tackles either. And he's able to win them as well. So he's a really versatile, well, not versatile. I think he is a bit versatile, probably the correct word, but he's a dangerous player as well because he can get in players' heads, get them bookings and all this side of things as well.
Just see again though with Kings Lynn opting for this long throw again. Sass was going to take it, but now he's delayed it. And here he comes again, long over the top. Ellis heads away, and Chorley trying to launch an attack. And Kings Lynn's Tom Wilson seeing his name in headlights there, Ryan. He's gone for goal from about 45, 50 yards, and it's closer to going over the stands than it is to going in the goal.
Yeah, bit too early for that nonsense. But I mean, I think when you're a player that confident, why not go for it? But you know you're going to get a few stern looks from your teammates after that.
You could actually see the reaction of Sam Walker, the assistant manager of Kings, who incidentally has played for Chorley before, who actually clapped Wilson having that taken the shot, which was interesting, to say the least. But Irwin now takes the goal kick over towards Cole. He heads it up, lets it bounce. Johnson now goes to Carr. Sasson, Coulson chasing after the same ball, and somehow actually Kings Lynn end up getting away with it, although good challenge from Horbury on Taylor, but in the eyes of Adam Lakeland, it should have gone the other way and been a Kings Lynn free kick, but play continues. Clark. Oh, the pressure's on him from Hamami. He gives the ball away. Calverley nips in with a sliding challenge. Blakeman, long throw. Tempo's definitely picked up in the last few minutes, Ryan.
It has, and Chorley just looking to keep the ball as well, but again, just gaining those yards, and it's a quicker pace, isn't it? Chorley just want to take these throws quickly, never let Kings Lynn settle. This has been a really interesting strategy
Oh,
from
1v1
Chorley.
with Johnson right over on the far side, looking to try and win a throw. He has done it again. Another opportunity for Chorley to deliver a long throw. And 34.5 minutes gone here at the Grandstore Victory Park Stadium. Remains Chorley 0, Kings Lynn Town 0. Game is very much on a knife edge, and Blakeman now. And he comes with the throw. It's over towards the box. It's flicked up. Calverley going in with Johnson, and this time it's a coming together between Johnson and Calverley. No more than a clash of heads, but the referee stopped play.
I think on this occasion he might have just seen a slight arm raised, and that's why he's giving it. But whenever a player goes down holding his head, the referee usually has to give something. So this occasion is a foul. Jones now going long.
It goes over again, trying to find on Mateo, and Warburton's looking dangerous, trying to win the foot race against Ellis, and Ellis forced to concede the throw. And again, Ryan,
It's in a
we know
dangerous
what's
position.
coming.
Yeah, and it seems to me that both teams are now getting multiple chances. It's not just really at the start it was more Chorley, but now Kings Lynn are starting to maybe believe a little bit more and have that confidence.
The longer the game goes on, obviously you know that it's not a game that's going to a second leg. So there will come a time where both teams have to open themselves up a little bit more. Although, saying that, if we get to 90 minutes, will they just try and hang in there and hold on for penalties? We'll have to see, won't we? Sass, over on the right-hand side, delivers the throw long again. Headed up in the air by Ellis. Sass trying to battle with Horbury, and a good clearance away from Scott Wilson. Dylan Crowe and Paul Jones have it. Tom Carr's the highest player up for Chorley. Jones plays it short to Crowe, right by Andy Priest and Chris Anderson. Crowe, the right full back over on the left-hand side. Ellis nips in and puts a foot in as the ball just
And the
bounces on the
ball's got
roof, and I
stuck.
don't think it's going to come down. I think it's stuck. Don't see that very often where the ball actually doesn't come down. Oren, the great of good, has just told us it's probably stuck by the sponsors
I
board.
think there was an issue with Horbury. The referee was just having a little chip on him, sitting down the line.
Sass again, another long throw opportunity for Lynn, and he's just been told to go back by referee Declan Brown. Fourth official Lee Hybel, well and truly involved with that one. Quite good to see that, actually, Ryan. Has to be said that he's being told to go back.
And he's just went all the way back anyway.
Took the yards anyway, as you say. Ryan Horbury steps in to make the clearance. Henley that time. The clearing. Cole Hall wins the throw at the expense of Freddie Sass. And could you see the grimaces on Sass's face? A couple of long throws and then gives the ball away. And now Chorley can try and come up the other end. Tom Carr, good header from him. Johnson tries to head away. Horbury now in the middle. And the two Chorley players almost going for the same ball that time. Senior does well to hold on. Finds Hall. Horbury. Oh, and just trying to unlock the door there, George Horbury. A lot of battling away, a lot of physical pulling and shoving, Ryan.
Yeah, and
What
it's
a ball
great
that is
ball.
from Cole Hall. Headed up. Oh,
It was never really going direction of that Warren Clark was hoping for. It hit the shoulder on that occasion, not his head. So
great quick thinking by Cole Hall, though, Ryan, it has to be said.
yeah, you can just see he's confident. The way he's just able to take it first time, whip it into the back post. It's brilliant. Now Paul Jones to take this goal kick.
Yeah, Jones. I think surely be hoping to test him a little bit more.
Yeah,
I don't want to have one of those games where you're left thinking we should have created more, we should have had more shots on goal.
Cole Hall contest.
Touch from Cole, and now Could you see there? He's giving it the other way. No way. There's no way that he's giving that the other way because Cole Hall might have been able to hit Oren behind us. It was like he was getting to a prime RKO of Randy Orton all over again. Carl McFadden was battling away all game long last time out against Cole Hall. And again today, Cole Hall's come out worse off, but being penalised for it.
He's the one who was getting away, and then he got dragged backwards, and then he gives the foul to the other team. I'm not sure how you can quite consider that Cole Hall was the one doing the fouling. Yes, they were wrestling each other at the start, but Cole Hall did leave him alone at the right time. It's just interesting officiating.
Yeah, interesting indeed. It's Jones again, long again, towards Mateo, but Wilson, unmarked, heads it. Good header on again from Cole Hall. Tom Carr that time trying to get in Calverley, looking to launch an attack for Chorley. Ball's looked over towards Senior, and Sass meets it with his head. Good play from Adam Henley, now Senior. First real opportunity in for him for the last 10 or 15 minutes. Warren Clark gets it, slips. Gives the ball away, and Kings Lynn trying to be patient, though, going back towards McFadden. Opportunity missed there, potentially, for Warren Clark, who's looking to slip his way through, but quite literally slipped.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that Johnson was the only midfielder left to beat, and he just slipped at the all-important wrong time, and now Blakeman's in his own corner flag, and he will go long to get Chorley back up the pitch. And it's going to be contested. Cole Hall's now got the ball.
Cole Hall again, battling away with Dylan Crone. McFadden goes down the line, looping it towards Mateo, but once again, Scott Wilson's there to nip in. Good touch from Cole Hall if he can keep this in. Done really well there, hasn't he, Cole Hall?
Yeah, he has. His first touch has been really, really impressive. And again, it's McFadden going up for it, but it's going to be Warren Clark who picks up the second ball.
Warren Clark down this left-hand side. He's got Tom Carver company. He's beating him. Warren Clark crosses it. It's deep. It's missed by Sass, and Adam Henley's got to chase on to try and keep the ball in. He's done it. Henley down this right. Goes to Calverley. Options left and right. Goes Senior. Nips in. Good defending from Taylor. The ball's poked up, and you could just hear Andy Priest there. Frustrated now. Taylor gets a bit lucky with a good bite of cherry, but his ball's really poor down the line, isn't it? And straight to Irwin.
Yeah, it's a bit too ambitious there from Greg Taylor to think Mateo was going to run in behind and get on it. Not saying that Mateo doesn't have the pace for it, but
asking far too much, though. Let's be fair. Yeah. I think anyone would have been after it. Even Usain Bolt in his prime would have done well to try and catch after that one. Irwin, out of his hands he goes, long towards Warren Clark. He's pushed in the back. Blakeman dinks the ball over towards Tom Carr. Does well. Still alive here. George Corbury has got it. Oh, his pass is a little bit away from Courtney Senior, and Adam Henley will pick up the second ball. Henley this time tries to pick out Horbury, and Ryan, is that what's costing Chorley at the moment? Just the decision at the final moment a little bit off.
Yeah, you can tell that Chorley is trying to maybe force it a little bit too much in the way that they're playing these last 5-10 minutes. It just feels like they're trying to move the ball in places that probably they shouldn't, and that is what is costing them at this moment in time. They're just trying to be a little bit too smart.
You can see it again there, though, can't you, Ryan? Kings Lynn taking the time in the goal kick. Jones goes out of his hands. The obvious targeting on Mateo. Shepherded away by Wilson, and then Blakeman heads back to where he himself goes long out of his hands. And I don't know how he can't give that as a foul, Ryan, if I'm being completely honest. But Kings Lynn looks to continue. I just have to wonder with those types of ones where he's clearly being pulled, Ryan. But referees content to let the play go on. Sass down the left. Comes off the knee of Mark Ellis, and it's the first corner of the game for Kings Lynn Town, Ryan.
Yeah, it's taken to
44th minute of the game.
44th minute. And it'd be an absolute knife in the back kind of moment if they score from their very first set piece. They've got tall players all around them. Just looking at the names, you've got Wilson, you've got Mateo, you've got Coulson as well. These are not small players, and they'll be targeted.
Well, I think about there was a game last season where McFadden scored against Chorley from a set piece, from a corner. Can't quite see where this one's going as the ball. Well, I was obstructed, but luckily you managed to see Mark Ellis get on the end of it. And now Chorley looking at the counter, and Senior 4 Kings Lynn players on him like a rash, and was given the throw to Kings Lynn when it looked like there was only one option.
It's because 5 Kings Lynn players swarmed Courtney Senior there, and they had the assistant manager and manager shouting and appealing, and the referee did not clearly have a good good vision of it, so he's gone with the bigger crowd, and that's poor
Interesting.
referee.
And it won't matter. What? It looked again like there was a contentious decision for a throw. The throw initially was taken short by Sass. I thought it'd come off a Kings Lynn player in Taylor, but gives it to Kings Lynn again. For 44.5 minutes gone here, the Grand Store Victory Park remains goalless. Looking over to the 4th official, Lee Hybel, who's probably going to put, I reckon, 4 or 5 minutes up here because we've had quite a few stoppages.
Yeah, and that'll be the worst thing to deal with.
Sass loops the throw over. Ellis is commanding again. Wilson does well, though, actually. Scott Wilson to clear away the ball, but Kings Lynn do well to keep that in, and he can't. 45 minutes is up, and only 2 added minutes, Ryan.
Yeah, it's a bit surprising that there's been quite a few stops, but again, it's interesting because we've seen 4th official had plenty of time on for absolutely no reason, and we've had some which have added absolutely none when there should have been plenty. So, kind of interesting to see how these officials are doing the game, but
I am quite surprised. I thought there would have been a bit more than that, but not our decision.
Irwin, going to go long again. It's really important that Chorley can just finish this half strong.
Maybe just one more chance. And Carr trying to chase down Crow. Got to make sure he doesn't make the foul. And he's done really well there, Tom Carr, actually. He kept on going. He's still going, Tom Carr. Looked like Tom Carr was caught, and referee's giving it as a throw. And you can see Carr's now down hurt.
Again, he's kicked Tom Carr in the leg there. He's come across him, and he's not given a foul, but he gave the exact same thing earlier on. So, again, it's quite interesting to see the referee's positioning. He had a good view of it, but I think he just didn't see the actual action. He just seen Carr on the floor.
So you'd imagine, Ryan, probably this passage of play, and then that'll be that for the opening 45. Carr, one more chance maybe for the Magpies, and Cole Hall's going to chase down every lost cause. George Jones, sorry.
Henley smartly leaving that
flat, and Irwin has got it. Imagine he'll probably pick it up, and that'll be that from referee Declan Brown. But
I think Irwin smartly just running down the clock. You don't want to go in a goal behind.
Just watching the referees, that'll do it. So, Ryan, a game that's been played at fair to say, a very, very quick tempo. A couple of chances, really. One save for Paul Jones to make. Well, sorry, 2 saves for Paul Jones to make. 1 for Matt Irwin to make. A straightforward save to deny goal on Mateo's header. And Chorley had the best of the chances, didn't they? Mark Ellis, good save from Jones. And then the one where he just couldn't get on the end of it from point blank range. But I think Chorley will be happy with their first half performance, right?
Yeah, I think they will. It started the game really strong. Around 20, 35 minutes, we were still on top, I'd say. But in those last 10 minutes, Kings Lynn, I think, started to grow into the game. They were frustrating Chorley that little bit more, shall we say. And it was becoming a bit iffy at times for the Magpies. But it's nothing that wasn't too threatening, nothing that Chorley didn't deal with well. And they'll be feeling confident going into coming out for the second half. They're knowing that they can probably go and get a goal.
Yeah, and I think maybe a case of just more of the same for Chorley, really, Ryan. What more do they need to do to change? I don't think they can do much.
That's it. That is definitely it.
Yeah, so whether you're at home, whether you're on a holiday, wherever you are, go and grab a drink, brew, biscuit, whatever you fancy. We're going to take a quick breather. We'll be back very shortly. If anyone's got any questions at half time, drop them in the comments below. Welcome back, everybody, for the second half of the game. Although we're not going to start on time if Flair's just gone off. It's just going to be a little bit. Oh no, he has a lad play to continue, and off we go for the second half. Blakeman straight away trying to get the ball going. Chorley point of view, but out for a throw. Ryan, what does Chorley need to do to win this game?
It's probably just hope for a set piece is the way we like to go. But the way we played against Rushall Olympic, we were precise, we were sharp, and we were relentless. And that is what we need to do in this second half if we're going to want to win. An open play, we can move the ball nicely, we can create chances, and that's what we're going to need to do in the second half.
What can we say, though? Maybe small advantage for Chorley in that they're attacking the Duke Street end in front of a barrage of Chorley supporters. Obviously, Kings in the same, going in front of their supporters, but, you know, Kings have probably got 1 or 2% of what Chorley have got behind that goal. And you can hear them now straight away, as we've started, that Chorley wanted to get behind their team straight from the restart. Blakeman throws it long. It's pretty flat in truth, and it's headed away by Wilson. Tom Wilson. Blakeman, second go, and tries to jig the ball in, and a bit of a mix-up here from Kings Lynn, and behind, and it will be a goal kick. Paul Jones got all of the Duke Street end behind him, calling on him to maybe slip and hit this goal kick. Here he comes, taking his time, and he has slipped as well. Talk about the commentator's curse. Well, that was quite the opposite.
Yeah.
I called it, and Paul Jones did slip taking the goal kick.
Yeah,
I mean, it was all that noise. It's Chorley looking to come forward, and the Kings Lynn player slipped this time, and Tom Carr is caught, and you have to imagine it's the first yellow card of the evening, and it is Declan Brown's got the card in his hand, and the number 15, Tom Wilson, is in the book.
Yeah, I mentioned him in the first half, looking a bit shaky against Ellis. Now he's got to be checking his shoulders about 3 or 4 times. He's got to be careful now in the yellow card. He can't afford to go into any challenges and get it wrong. Let's just say that.
Yeah, and again, a free kick in a dangerous-ish area, not shooting range for Blakeman, but it's over on that right-hand side. Blakeman to swing it in. You've got Hall in there, Carr in there, Calverley in there, Ellis, Wilson, Horbury, all contesting. Here it comes from Adam Blakeman, swings it in. Up it goes towards Horbury's there, flicked up in the air, still alive. Horbury's second goal, still alive. Oh, and the flag is up. Sets to be a corner for the Magpies, but the offside flag is up.
Couple of defensive headers from Lynn.
Real pressure there coming, Ryan, and Kings then be very happy that the assistant referee's put his flag up.
Yeah, they got away with that because it was a missed kick off the clearance, wasn't it? And they got away with it on that occasion. But now we get to see Jones take his sweet merry time. They're telling him to hurry up. His own teammates here.
Paul Jones goes for the goal kick, takes a long time to take it, and when he does, it's into the middle of the midfield. Henley heads, and Horbury going up for it. Johnson. Amami, he's been quite quiet so far this evening, and you're looking to make an impact. But saying that, Ryan, Adam Lakeland's got plenty of options in the attacking areas. Up front, Cole Hall trying to get in, and Jones, instead of going for it as a former goalkeeper yourself, Ryan, would you have gone with your hands, or would you have gone for the Jones approach and just lumped it?
Yeah, you've just got to trust the defender there. McFadden had, I'd say, Cole's number on that occasion. He would have just been able to shield him out, and that's not saying Cole Hall any disrespect or anything. It's just the advantage was with the goalkeeper on that occasion, and he had a defender in the
I
way.
think he should have used his hands, being
He could have
honest.
comfortably caught it. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Down the line from Henley, as you can hear the Chorley supporters making all the noise at the moment, trying to G their team on. Calverley finds Blakeman. He's got to get it down. He's just about done so. Warren Clark down the left. It's Blakeman's caught there off the ball as Clark against Crow, 23 on 23, and he's trying to chase the ball away, and the ball just hit the referee, and it'll be a drop ball.
Yes, another pyro's been set off in the stands, and it's a white one this time. Blakeman going long.
That was a bit long, and again, Josh Coulson forced to head it. Johnson doesn't get his clearance right, and Hamami's got his arms outstretched, and Lynn looking a little bit frustrated. Surely, definitely have come out of the blocks quicker in this second half, Ryan.
Yeah, they have, and they did do that in the first as well. It's just whether they can keep this pace up, this momentum. It's going to be a tough ask, because especially if there's extra time, Chorley have got to think long game, but there's still plenty of regular time left to play.
Here comes
Plenty of time to
Blakeman,
get a goal.
comes over towards the box. It looks like Chorley player's being pulled there, but referee doesn't give anything. A good turn from Warren Clark, and Henley doesn't get his right. Scott Wilson looking to try and chase the lost cause for Chorley, but he can't, and it's Kings in throw, pretty much on halfway. Apologies if we do go a little quiet in patches here. Use a little bit obstructed at times, Ryan, on the stairway.
Yeah, it was literally just moving around like we're
Jiggery
Chris
pokery.
Eubank and Conor Ben, ducking and weaving, just trying to get an angle, but couldn't quite see on that occasion.
On
It's
the
very
line it
frustrating.
goes from McFadden. Amateo's there, missed by him. Ellis, not a convincing clearance from Mark Ellis of all people, and Kings Lynn now. Opportunity for them for a long throw, and the Kings Lynn supporters showing their appreciation as Coulson, Wilson and McFadden all up for this long throw. Similar to Chorley, only two players being kept back in Crow and Johnson, sorry.
Yeah, it's really important that Chorley are able to clear this.
Here comes Sass with the long throw, over the top it goes. It's all the way through, it's still alive, it's off the post, it's still alive, and still cleared. Kings Lynn have had the best opportunity of the game there by an absolute mile, and somehow it cannons off the post, and Chorley can clear. Ryan doesn't get much closer than that.
Now it's a one-on-one with Tom Carr and Johnson.
Tom
Carr
Carr
doing really well,
Yeah.
twisting and turning.
doing well here if he can win inside a corner. He's out behind for a goal kick. That's as close as it's going to get. Kings Lynn kicking themselves. They feel they should be ahead.
Yeah, it was. I couldn't see who it was. I think it might have been the fullback closest to us now, Pete. He was able to touch it down, and I think it was Coulson. I might be wrong there, who got the strike away, but he had absolutely scuffed it. He didn't get the sweet connection, and that's why it hit the post. He sliced at it. And you've got to see, you can understand why Chris Anderson here, the assistant manager's upset. Paul Jones is running down the clock at every chance he can get with these goal kicks. Again, that really should be a yellow card.
He's kicked the ball away, hasn't he?
Yeah, the whistle went a while ago as well, and he's kicked it. The referee, again, just letting things like that go.
You've got to ask the question, though, haven't you? There's been a few opportunities in terms of Declan Brown, the referee, having the option to give a booking to Jones, who's been taking an awful long time on his goal kicks, and then there where he just kicks the ball away, and I could just see Declan Brown there deliberating whether to give a foul against, I think it was Chorley Senior, just for a little bit of a pull.
It's a bit frustrating, isn't it, to do when you just feel the referee's maybe not going your way with certain decisions. It can be a little bit of
They're
kick in the
taking
mouth.
his time, and he's now being told to take his throw in from 5 yards further back.
But again, it doesn't really matter that when the referee says you have to do it from 5 yards back, they go and run 10 yards further, so they gain that 5 yard back and gain another 5. So it's silly how the officials do not really punish players for doing so when they know they can.
On the line again towards Amateo. Wilson this time nips into clear. Calverley, a good foot in from him, and again, Chorley trying to get the territory game at the moment. Homateo heads. This time Ellis is there to meet that. Johnson, good first touch from him. Horbury's trying to keep him tight.
Strong ball out wide, and that's a chance for Kingsland to move the ball and move it well. Johnson back on the ball now, just on the halfway line, plays it all the way back to the only player on a yellow card is Wilson.
Yeah, Wilson again. Looking at that bench, you've got Walker, the assistant manager there. Theo Williams, who incidentally was on the was playing for Rushall against Chorley at the weekend. Being recalled from his loan. Bailey Marsden, Patrick Boyes, both more defensive options, but then the three at the top of the chain, Margets, Crane and Barnes, all attacking options for Adam Lakeland to call on should he want to do so.
Yeah, and that's good to see. You got obviously 7 substitutes available.
Interesting that, yeah.
And that's
only found out at the very last. There was the option to have the 7 changes. Taylor chasing down this ball down the left. Digs out the cross. It's towards Amateo, and
again after that wave that Chorley had at the start, it's similar to the end of the first half, where Kingsland just got on the ball a little bit more. They feel a little bit more comfortable. And that's what Chorley have got to do. They've got to get them off the ball, frustrate them, and that is where Chorley can be most threatening. Sorry.
A shout from Mark Ellis there. He made it his own. Cole Hall trying to bring the ball forward. It looked like he was caught there by McFadden, but again, that time Chorley have messed up a little bit. Blakeman and Horbury going for the same ball, but good defending from Calverley to nip in. And now Blakeman sent the ball over the top. It's towards Tom Carr, but he's asking too much of TC. And again, now Kingsland just looking to up the ante a little bit in terms of their tempo, Ryan.
Yeah, again, it's just a tight, cagey affair at this point, isn't it? It's both teams not wanting to lose. And
that was better from Lynn. And Amateo that time put his foot in, and Oren Willis behind is noting there, you've got to watch the spin of the ball. And
Wilson there, just by the way, just not happy whatsoever. He thrown his arms in the air, showing his displeasure of what's just happening these last few minutes. I think I've seen a few times in this season where Wilson has come over and talked to Andy Priest and just said, this is what's going wrong. And Andy Priest does take that on board usually and changes things around.
Sass here now to deliver the throw right over on the opposite end of the ground from where we're sat. In it comes. Headed away strongly by Marquez. A good header around. Tom Carr has got Cody Johnson all over the back of him. Manages to get the better of Carr. The delivery into the back post. Headed up by Cole Hall. But then away as far as Coulson, who slides in and catches Senior. How is that not a foul? And again, the second one from Calverley. Play continues. Hamami delivers a cross. It's so agonisingly close. But Ryan, how is he not given the foul there for the earlier challenge on Senior?
It's absolutely appalling, referee, and there's 2 fouls there, and he's not given one of them. There's the most clear and obvious slide tackle I've seen of my life from Josh Coulson. And he's clearly tripped up Senior, because why on earth would you go down in your own box, risk losing the ball when there's a Kingsland player right next to you who could have easily whipped it in, and then Calverley clearly gets pushed and tripped, and it's not given a foul again. The officiating here is now getting a little bit edgy, shall we say? It's a little bit nerve-wracking if you're a Chorley player, because you don't know if there will be fouls given. And it's a foul given for something like that. Cole Hall battling it out with
and not
McFadden.
For the first time, though, is it, Ryan, where Cole Hall has been penalised, and you almost are wondering what for. Interesting now that you've got Blakeman on Mateo with Warren Clark there, and Blakeman actually does well to win that ball, and Cole Hall is now driving on through. Taylor, though, for Kingsland, has to be said, Ryan's done really well to battle and get back for that one.
Yeah, and Henley, though, wins the second ball, and Cole Hall's not going to get back in time. I wouldn't say the words bias, Andrew. It just seems that decisions just aren't falling Chorley's way, and that can happen in football sometimes. But remember, we've got a different view to the referee, and he would have got blocked potentially and didn't see it. But from our point of view, it looked like a clear decision. But
comment made there sounds like the ref is biased against Chorley. I wouldn't necessarily say against Chorley, but just a few decisions this evening that have been interesting, to say the least. Johnson It feels like it's getting worse and worse. It's really strange call. Ryan, your head's in your hands there, asking what on earth has gone on there for the car to be penalised for a foul on Johnson, where, again, Ryan, didn't look like there was much in that.
Yeah, all he did was trying to block the pass, and then Johnson ran into him. I mean, if that's the way fouls are being given nowadays, it is a bit silly, and it's frustrating in that way. So yeah, it's a bit frustrating. Is it on TV? Is the question, Pete?
Yeah, the game is on DAZN. If you've got a subscription for DAZN, Wilson clears it nicely towards Cole Hall, who again just can't get the ball under tricky conditions. Carvely battles away with Hamami Taylor, gets the ball down nicely to find Warburton, who goes back trying to bring Lynn plays into it. Good challenge there from Senior. What?
And again, all these 50-50 decisions, shall we say, just aren't falling the way of the Magpies, and it's just starting to boil over slightly.
Yeah, another throw for Lynn to come in. 61 minutes gone here at the Grand Store Victory Park Stadium. Remains goalless game on a knife edge. Very few chances of note of late. Then comes a throw from Sass. It's clear push in the box that time on, I think it was maybe Tom Carr, not given again. Back post half cleared from Cole Hall, not convincing. Cross first time from Wilson. Header comes in from, I think it's Greg Taylor again. Billy Whitehouse is being readied as spotted by our very own Jeff Shreves, Oren Willis.
Yeah, it's just a bit. Stuff needs to be changed, in my opinion, because Kings Lynn have started to get on top of Chorley in this second half a little bit.
Oren seems to think Warren Clark might be coming off at the expense of Billy Whitehouse. What do you think, Ryan? Have you any in mind in terms of who you think?
Yeah, I think it would be Warren. He hasn't really, unfortunately for him today, had much impact on the game. He's had bright moments, but he hasn't overall had it. But there you've seen another foul, which the referee isn't seeing.
Give. And now Mateo trying to contest with Ellis, but Ellis is strong. Good challenge from Cole Hall on Johnson. Really good from Cole. Down the right-hand side, Senior's in. Could be in here. Plays the ball. It's top calls in. What a save! Excellent save from Paul Jones, and that's probably Chorley's biggest chance of the match. Cole Hall, really good play from him. Then Senior's there, puts in some car 1v1 with Paul Jones, and the goalkeeper does really, really well, it has to be said, to deny TC.
Yeah, it's a really smart move. It's an even better ball through by Senior. It's perfectly weighted. Really, really smart play from Chorley. There's a bit of luck on Chorley's side on that occasion. It's a Linnets player went down, slipping. Then I think he was thinking of stopping the play itself. I saw him look to stick that leg out, and then he subtracted it very smartly indeed. And now you're just seeing referee telling that Freddie Sass has to take a few yards back. Finally does on this occasion, but it's going to be Blakeman now to deliver.
The in-swinging one of Blakeman. Set piece again, Ole. We'll have to see. Blakeman hand up. Takes a step. In it comes. It's still alive and headed behind a thing. For the corner. No, Johnson again. He's been the one for me for Kingston again today. He's done so well to keep that ball in and launches the ball long towards Crowe and Henley. Adam Henley to do really well here to marshal away Crowe. He's got one arm around him. Crowe trying to win a free kick. Henley then caught. There has to be a Chorley throw. It is.
It is really poor from Crowe there. To be fair, he had absolutely no options, but he's tried his hardest there to fool the referee and suggest there's a foul. And these Kings Lynn coaches are now trying to get in ahead of a fourth official by just shouting at him.
Referee normally is a referee. Lee Hybel refereed Chorley's game away at Darlington not too long ago.
There's got to be a bit of route.
Tempers flaring a little bit here as the ball down the line. It goes towards the target of Hall. Mateo gets the ball away. Good challenge from Scott Wilson. Finds Hall, who's then caught himself.
Thank you.
That time, finally, After about 6 goes.
For how he's been officiating this game, that's the lightest, softest ones that he's given all day.
Oren said the same. I think, I could be wrong. Been another goal to report in the Champions League. Not seen anything just yet, although Rochdale have taken the lead against Solihull Moors in the National League. That's not a playoff game, has to be said. And Boreham Wood have given away a 1-0 lead, now 2-1 down against Dorking Wanderers. Over the top it goes from this resulting free kick by Blakeman. Horbury picks it up. He's got Henley behind. He decides to dummy it through his legs, and it's met by a few groans from the main stand here. Again, Chorley trying to be patient. Henley digs out the ball deep, headed away by Lynn, chested by Mateo. His chest is too strong. Scott Wilson caught that time, and I think.
Again, I think, you know, the referee is just not wanting to give any fouls for any slight bit of contact. It has to be firm, it has to be aggressive for him to want to give something. Because, you know, Scott Wilson can't believe he's not been given a foul there.
Yeah, it's down the line it goes from McFadden. Clark clearly pulled in the back by Goldon Mateo, and now Josh Hamami goes down, claiming he was fouled by Mike Calverley.
I think that's what Chorley now need to realise. They can be that little bit more aggressive in the tackles because the referee's going to allow it to get away with.
And that time again, there we go from the throw that time, and you could just see Kyle McFadden trying to get in the head of Warren Clark, pushing and shoving. Fourth official Lee Hybel has got his ball in his hand. Maybe a matter of time, maybe the last move now before we do see the introduction of Billy Whitehouse. Blakeman. Diagonal free kick put in towards a dangerous area. Mark Ellis went down. Mark Ellis finds George Horbury down on the right. Crosses with his left foot. It's a good one.
And Wilson takes it away.
Yeah, Scott Wilson trying to just guide it as it's going against him towards goal. Cole Hall was there at the back post, but it was asking a lot of the pair of them, really.
I don't think too much on it.
That's a really good ball. I think I might have even caught Horbury by surprise. So it was that good of a ball in.
Yeah, with his weak 11 as well. We've seen how well he's done with that this season against Darlington here.
I think Chester as well was on his weaker left foot as well.
Paul Jones again taking as long as he possibly can to take the goal kick, even at 0-0. And this time he stays on his feet and it's over towards Mateo. And once again, marshalled away by Scott Wilson, and Blakeman will take the throw down the line quickly. Falls nicely to Senior. He's trying to get a bit of room. Oh, and it has to be a really good foot in from Tom Wilson to guide the ball away from Courtney Senior. Kingsland have got a man down now at the moment, and he's letting the physios come on. It's not a head injury, as you say, Ryan.
I really do hope that Freddie Sass is okay, because this must be very serious after
being killed.
Like, the contact he must have got with Senior when he was the one doing it. It must have been crazy. Good to see a familiar face around these parks. Danny
Ormerod
just below us
here,
supporting the lads. I'm sure he might want to come back next season, or if Chorley can get promoted as well. He had a brilliant loan spell here, didn't he? I think he just really found that second home from Fylde and just hit the ground running.
Yeah, I mean, it's possible they fixed the game.
And just like that, it seems like Freddie Sass is okay. It's good to see.
Yeah, Sass limping gingerly, but I think he will continue. I'm just trying to see if I can get anything from the physio. Declan Brown, the referee, keen to get the game back underway. Are we now going to see that change from Andy Priest on 70 minutes?
And Freddie Sass has been allowed on instantly. He has not been allowed back on play from the referee.
See, the referee's actually having a word. Oh, no, the referee told him to go off on the other side.
Again, but it's interesting that he was able to dictate
and
which side he wanted to
it
come
is
in
Warren
from.
Clark coming off. Oren was right.
The referee should have said, no, you have to come on from that side. Because now it just seems to me that the Kings Lynn players have just allowed to get away with things if they're dictating what the referee's allowing them. And now let's see how quick, because it's around about 15 to 30 seconds, I'm pretty sure usually these
Yeah, I
things
think
are.
that you have to do. There has to be some time. I don't know the exact rules. It also depends from one competition to another. I think FA Cup ruling is different to the league rulings, but he's now come back on. I didn't see the hand from the referee allowing him, and the first touch for the game for Billy Whitehouse.
A vicious ball down the line, but
Yeah, he didn't get that one right, Billy, and hopefully just a few cobwebs off from him as Lynn trying to play the ball over the top in behind. Ellis hooks it up in the air rather than away. Horbury then heads.
Calverley to press.
Johnson for Kings Lynn. Passes a bit slack out wide right to Dylan Crow, and good play from him. But Senior's there, does really well actually to defend him off. And again, though, interesting here. Is he going to is Freddie Sass going to come and take the throw? If he does, he's going to take it at 10. I don't think he is. I think he's really struggling, Ryan.
Yeah, he looks uncomfortable, and that'll be something that surely the Magpies will look to exploit. But Crow now take this throw in. Over 106 people listening, by the way. Absolutely brilliant to see. Thank you very much to everybody listening.
Wilson does really well. That Scott Wilson does really well to get away from Amateo. That time Cole Hall, good play from Cole Hall, giving himself the ball to chase. Oh, and he's gone down there and to be fair, he's got straight back up, but the way he landed there, Cole Hall, it didn't look pretty.
Work the line here, they need to the on goal. Lots of Johnson and Taylor.
Good clearance away from Scott Wilson. One for Tom Carr to chase down. Tries his best, but Gold Amateo comes away, and that's a really poor touch from Amateo. And now Senior's away on the left. Does really well. Beats a challenge. He's got 3 Kings Lynn players around him. He's still going, and Johnson for Kings Lynn was pulling at him a little bit. Blakeman from Ellis.
Just have
Sends him for a hot dog, as I'd say.
Henley now on the ball, but again, just options not really forming, and this good setup here from Kings Lynn. You've got to give them credit. They've been a compact unit. They're pressing hard. They're working hard. But how long can they maintain this? Blakeman now delivering a low cross this time.
On that time.
Wilson going to go back to Irwin. Just reset things again. And Irwin goes long.
Remains goalless here. 73 minutes gone at the Grant Store Victory Park Stadium. And now Colt Hall just trying to interchange with Senior and both unable to link up together. That time Horbury's then... No way. He's got that completely wrong. He's got that completely wrong for me, Ryan. I don't know about you, but I think your reaction tells me everything.
I accidentally screamed that ball because I saw the referee didn't give the foul for a good few seconds.
He holds the ball in his hand, and then he gives the foul.
Yeah, and that's why I shouted, because I thought he was just going to allow play to continue, so it had to be a handball. Sorry for the reaction there. That was just an instinct reaction. It was kind of just came out, but yeah, that was super surprising on the referee's front.
Calls the resulting free kick from Lynn. Good defending again from Scott Wilson. Drifts the ball back in towards Hamami. Good header away by Blakeman. Horbury trying to chase it. Does really well. Good sliding challenge from George Horbury. Trying to set Courtney Senior away. And it's a little bit of a slice of luck for...
And Senior's what? And
finally,
Tom Carr's won a foul.
Adam Lakeland is just... Adam Lakeland's kicked the bin. Connor, the scoreline at the moment is 0-0.
I think Johnson's got to be a little bit careful as well. If you think about it, probably it's a third foul of the game. You wonder if the referee might just be thinking next time could be a yellow card. So he's got to be careful. But in Chorley's case, keep being a little bit reckless. Blakeman, halfway line, delivers to that edge of the box. Again, it's a really good header from Tom Wilson this time. And
Say,
Calverley.
live on Mateo. This time his touch is okay. And good sliding challenge that. I think it's Mike Calverley. I can't quite see us. Surely you've got to be careful here. Henley in a foot race with Warburton. The ball's bobbling and great defending from Adam Henley, has to be said.
It's a really good covering slide tackle. He had to make it. Warburton was coming across with some pace, and it's such an important tackle because if he missed it, Warburton was through, and it could arguably, if he went down, you could argue it could have been a red card because he was the last man. But now it's a long throw. It's a position.
Again, it's that bloody long throw again, Ryan, where we've had so many of these tonight from both sides, neither yet to come off, but every time you get one, you just feel that worried feeling in your stomach.
Yeah, it's going to be Sass to deliver. Is he going to go short? No, of course he's not. It's going long.
In towards the box, flicked on, still alive, kicked away by Mark Ellis, still in Crow, the furthest player back from Kings Lynn's there, and George Horbury trying to motor away. Chris Anderson heading his hands for him. Hamami, good defending by Blakeman, and
ball was already out.
So you put your hand up there, Ryan, as if you were on the field. It's an engrossing game. The throw-in's taken short that time. Hamami delivers front post, headed away by Scott Wilson. Taylor, edge of the box, finds Warburton, who's looking to twist and turn. Sass, room to cross. He's going to go with a diagonal ball in towards the back post. Amateo's there, headed away by Cole, edge of the area. Shot comes in, wide, and it will be a corner.
You just feel the momentum is with Kings Lynn at this point. It's a bit.
It's just to and fro, ebbs and flows. Having one, maybe 5 minutes for Chorley, 5 minutes for Kings Lynn. But it's one of those games. These games could be separated by one moment of real quality. It's goalless with 14 minutes plus stoppage to go, and it really could go either way.
Yeah, it could, and that's not good for anyone's heart, is it? You gotta just wish it was kind of a easier part of the journey where you can be settled in, but it's delivered.
It's deep, it's up in the air, and another one.
Mark Ellis just somehow getting it away. He tried all he could. So a very good saying of fight and win. That is probably the rally call that is needed. And will Andy Priest go to his bench soon? Because you've
got to ask the question, haven't you? You could have Mohamed Toure, Jack Moore, Milan Lalkovic, Harvey Smith, Jack Leckie, and Joe Nolan all to choose from. But in swinging corner to come in for Lynn, and one for Chorley to defend. It's towards the front post. And Mike Calverley there's clearly caught again, but he's not given a foul. Fortunately, from a Chorley point of view, they do clear, but that was a clear as day foul. Again, Ryan, I'm just watching you.
I mean, not to disbelief.
Any more obvious. He just clearly catches him there. It's a good ball over the top from Horbury. One for Carr to chase with Coulson. Tom Carr's being penalised.
It's getting to a point where it's getting frustrating now. He's given a similar foul to which Tom Carr has just produced. Yes, it wasn't a contestant in the air, but when a player goes and kicks another player, as well as going into them, it's a foul. How is the referee not spotting these incidents with Chorley players? But he's getting it right for Kings Lynn. It's not an argument of that isn't a foul. It's just
these are all moments that Kings Lynn will happily take. They're all moments where frustrates Chorley, not only the decision, but stoppages in the game. It kills off the flow of the game. And Kings Lynn, being the visitors this evening, probably won't be too bothered about it. You see Tom Carr shakes his head.
He's smiling. He knows.
I mean, you've seen things like that in the past with Harry Kane was known for doing similar-ish, but there was nowhere near there was as much in that as what you think of as that type of foul.
He's got a foot on the pitch. He can't even. He's trying to already sneak his way back on nice and quickly.
Amateo versus Wilson. This time Wilson arms around the back of Amateo and does the trick as Cole Hall trying to get into the back of McFadden. Does well off the George Horbury.
And you're seeing him just time wasting
here. Throws the ball. He says it came off his head and then it hits his hands. And now he's claiming that the Chorley supporters need to put their glasses on. Well, we could see right the way from up here, Ryan. Josh Corson used his hands to throw the ball over the top. Down the line it comes from McFadden. Headed up by Blakeman, and Wilson that time was caught. And finally, again, Declan Brown gives the free kick in Chorley's favour.
One of the first, probably the second foul of this half that's been given in Chorley's favour.
Ryan, just over 10 minutes left to play of normal time. The skies now turn to black. The sunshine are down, and Chorley still very much in this game and all to play for with 10 to go.
Yeah, and it's the nervous part of the game now, isn't it? Where anything can happen.
Great ball out over the top. Whitehouse. Chance for him to maybe deliver a cross.
It's gone a bit
Goes in first time in. It goes towards the back post. It's heading up. It's still alive. Still there. Oh, and resolute defending by Kingsland. It just wouldn't fall kindly to a Chorley player, and Lynn looked vulnerable there.
And that's exactly what Chorley need to do more. Get down those bylines. Put balls into the box. It's where Chorley are very threatening. You've got tall players in that midfield. Tall players up front in Cole Hall. Mike Calverley. Blakeman now goes long. Ellis, is he going to attack it?
Oh, still there.
Again, these second balls are just falling kindly. It's just the matter of maybe a little bit of luck falling their way.
Headed on. Oh, the flick on comes in, but then Paul Jones grabs it gratefully and slumps to the floor.
And again, Jones has been able to get away with this all game long. He's been able to hold on to the ball as long as he wants, especially with goal kicks. I think he's taken about probably five minutes, maybe more, away from this open play from his goal kicks.
And that time he gets it all wrong. It looks like it's going to hit us on the head. No, it's kept in eventually by McFadden, headed up by Calverley. Tom Carr trying to get on the end of it. Oh, that's an whoa.
It's an absolutely disgusting challenge.
Wow. Decision for a referee to make. It looks like he's put his hand in his pocket for a yellow.
It's a red card challenge.
It's a really bad challenge. He's left his studs in, and whether he meant it or not, there's no defending that. I think he's going to give a yellow, whether he changes his mind or not, but it was an awful challenge, that. And Tom Carr did an awful lot of discomfort. He's given the yellow card for the challenge. I think it's Kyle McFadden who's been booked. That was a really bad challenge, Ryan. And
I tell you what, Pete, if there's VAR, he'd be asked to go to the monitor and he would be sent off for that one because it's high, it studs to the back of the legs, and it's an absolutely nasty challenge. He's followed through. That's the issue. If he didn't follow through and connect with Tom Carr, it's okay. But because he's followed through with him and connected high with studs, it's a red card for me every single day of the week. We've seen that time after time. We saw it for at the weekend with Bournemouth against Manchester United. The Bournemouth striker followed through, and that was at half the height at what we just seen. Was it Warburton that gone into the book?
I'm not too sure if it was Warburton or if it was McFadden. I'll just try and get some confirmation.
I think it might have actually been McFadden on that occasion. But it seemed to me that was a red card. The fourth official hasn't been able to help him out. Blakeman to good shot.
Goes low towards Cole Hall. Puts it across the ball. Chorley. Think it's Mark Ellis. Is it Mark Ellis? I don't know who's got it, but Chorley have got it. Chorley won. Kingsland Town nil. Get in.
It's a brilliant set-piece routine, and it's that man again, Mark Ellis. He's a real poacher. That's a brilliant set-piece routine. Blakeman plays that really smart ball through. Cole Hall does excellent to put the ball across, low driven at pace, and Mark Ellis is there to poach it home after a good save from Jones. But Ellis has just got that natural striker instinct. And Chorley, deservedly, have got the goal up. Unbelievable. The scenes here at Victory Park have just gone on up a notch. And there's now more pyros on the pitch. Well, now we've all got to take a breather and reset.
Well, Ryan, catch your breath. Chorley 1, Kings Lynn Town 0 on 84 minutes. A really well taken free kick from Adam Blakeman down to find Cole. A good save, comes across the box, save again. And then Mark Ellis is there in the back post, and Chris Anderson's going, man, asking the Chorley fans to make all the noise.
Yeah, I've got to say, it's good to see Victory Park bouncing. And now it's going to be a very, very nervy end to this game. It just felt a goal was coming for one team, and that team was Chorley. But there's still plenty of football left to be played, and Chorley have got to be switched on. They've got to be aware, because Kings Lynn are going to go full force now. They're going to go forward. There's no more time wasting for them.
No more time wasting for Kings Lynn. And how does Andy Priest respond? What does he do? Does he look to his bench? Does he stick with the pack? Does he shuffle it? Well, we're soon going to find out. Throw down the right-hand side, marshalled away by Senior. Look at the boos ringing around the place. It was Kyle McFadden and on the tail there, leaving one on. Wilson.
But now you're seeing a little change here. You're seeing the desperation already. Josh Coulson, the one who was laughing and giggling with the Chorley fans, trying to wind them up, has now got up front. Mason flicks it down to Carper. It's a superb last-ditch tackle. And now the Linnets can go on the break, but Ellis is there to sweep up, and Carr's on side here.
Well, to Tom Carr to chase Freddie Sass, he could barely move. Brilliantly done from Tom Carr in the end, actually, just to keep the ball in almost. And
130 now tuning in. I wonder if they knew a goal might have just gone in.
Yeah, I think maybe a few eardrums have been hurt as well. Apologies if anyone...
Yeah, I do think Gary Neville's job is safe as well after
Ryan,
that one.
You were doing your best attempt. Now he's trying to keep him calm, because at first they couldn't tell who'd scored. And as it turned out, it was that man, Mark Ellis. And it was Mark Ellis. And or just behind us, he went that berserk. He couldn't tell who'd scored either.
I think we all nearly were on the pitch after that one. Wilson now contesting on Mateo, wins it.
Good header from Horbury, and Kings Lynn have got to respond here. Good kick away from Senior. Tom Carr's there and calls. Oh, it was very close.
Should this be now part of the game, though, Pete? And I ask you this question because it's quite an interesting one. Do you just keep Carr and Paul up front, or do you bring on a Torre?
Go on, Billy. Here he goes down the right-hand side. Well, can just see that. I think the change is going to be made from a Kings Lynn point of view rather than Chorley one. No movement yet from Andy Priest on the bench, and maybe a bit early for going for the corner. Whitehouse. Oh, it looks like he's being caught there off the ball. He's down in a heap, but the assistant, who had a really good view of that, decides that play can continue.
Again, these are what I mean. Billy's now got to get up, though, because it was a nasty one to take. I saw the arms come around, but you're just not seeing these decisions fall their way. It's a ball down the line. Chorley can't keep it, though. Scott Wilson now going one-on-one with Coulson, who does well to really bring the ball down.
Great ball over the top. This one for Mateo to chase. Gets a touch on it, comes away, and Henley...
It's an unbelievable
kicks
ball
it
back.
over and has to concede a corner. 89 minutes gone here, Ryan. It's Chorley 1, Kings Lynn Town 0. Mark Ellis with another goal to add to his ever-growing tally from centre-half, and it looks like Kings Lynn are going to make 3 more changes.
Yeah, and you can probably assume that they're all attacking as well. You wonder if Jones is going to come up for this. It's final few minutes, and I've got a funny feeling the fourth official might add a few more on there. And here we go, Warburton to take.
Here the rings coming in from Chorley. Warburton takes the corner, digs it out, headed away by Scott Wilson, I think it was, and Tom Carr now has the ball to chase, runs down the left-hand side, he's caught, and yep.
It's superb striker
really
work from
play
Carr.
by Tom Carr there to win the free kick.
And you're just seeing the fans now chanting, "We are going up," but there's still Still time here. It's only a 1-goal lead. Chorley have got to be careful. They've got to be switched on. These are attacking substitutions for sure. Barnes is on. Williams is on.
He's going for it, isn't he?
And
Adam
Crane.
Maitland, he has to.
I think
Sass run
Sass
himself
is
through
off,
to the
yeah.
ground, didn't he? The attendance this evening, Lee, what I understand, is 2,665. Fantastic effort from all involved at the Grand Store Victory Park this evening. Kelly's the ball! Kelly's the ball! Blakeman digs out the ball towards Cole Hall. And surely have a throw, and we're into the 90 range. Any second now.
There we go. It's
5
5.
added minutes.
But yeah, it's interesting that comment there. We wouldn't be complaining if it's the other way around. It is a Chorley channel after all, and it is more lenient towards the Chorley supporters. So of course it'll be a little bit biased.
6 added minutes.
6.
Changed his mind.
And that's plenty of time for Kings Lynn to get an equaliser.
Just see what's going on here. Down the line it goes, headed up by Scott Wilson. Cole Hall touches it and goes towards the corner. Still early days, isn't it, really, Ryan, to be going for that corner, but surely looking to manage it. What brilliant feat that is by Cole Hall. George Horbury has it. Back to Cole Hall, touches towards Horbury again. This is really good managing of the game by Chorley. Senior really looking to frustrate Kings. This is unbelievable, Ryan.
This is Barcelona-esque.
Wow. He's forced to clear it long, and again, Scott Wilson heads it, and Johnson. Good clearance away by Mark Ellis, and it's inadvertently found Tom Carr again. Going for the corner.
Again, it might just be worth a risk just to kick it against them in this situation.
See, they're not on those situations, though, where Kings Lynn are forced, where they have to just try and get it cleared. Surely can always benefit from that. And again, Blakeman does it once more, finds Tom Carr. He's down the left-hand side. Looking to win the foul by Hamami. He's pulled to the floor. And the referee's giving it against Tom Carr. He's caught by Hamami.
And you're just seeing him there wrestling Tom Carr to the ground. And I'm not sure if it's just the... We're even hearing the commentators next to us are Kings Lynn commentators, even surprised that the referee's given that decision. And the foul wasn't even there. It was right on the touchline.
Long it goes towards the centre and Whitehouse.
Minute, 6 seconds to time.
Down the line from Kings Lynn towards Amateo. Good header away by Scott Wilson. And Tom Carr looking to break free. Just brilliant little enough from Tom Carr. Wow. What a great touch it was inside of the boot from TC, and trying to get free, but
just didn't have enough to get past. So close, though.
3 minutes left to go, Ryan. Surely fans holding their breath. Looking to try and win a foul. Good clearance away by Calverley. It's just on halfway.
Yes, it's uphill battle here for Lynn. Probably half absent from the start.
It was Wilson then Ellis.
Yeah,
Unbelievable.
Wilson and Ellis. We've just watched the goal back, Ryan. What an unbelievable potential match winner. Still 3 minutes left for Chorley to manage the game and keep the game at 1-0 as Lynn Barnes' first touch of the game, and Chorley trying to press it from the front with Senior. The current score is Chorley 1, Kings Lynn Town 0. Mark Ellis got the opening goal in 84 minutes for the Magpies. And we're currently into the 4th minute of 6 additional minutes.
Press on, press on, press on! All right, man, keep going. Do it!
Kings Lynn trying to be patient, but they've surely got to have one more go at it. They're giving the ball away there, just trying to be too patient. You have to argue, Ryan, but Carr's giving the ball back to Lynn.
You can just
Hamami has the ball, tries to go down the line to an option. Warburton delivers the ball across the box, straight to Mark Ellis, and he just thumps it all the way up the other end. And
Tom
into the 5th minute.
Worked his looked his legs off.
Mark Ellis named the man of the match by match sponsors Trust Green. And Ryan, I think one more minute for Chorley to hold on. What unbelievable feat that is from Tom Carr. Goes down the line, and Cole Hall is going to go for the corner here, surely, Ryan.
Yeah, just hold it well, and that'll be game.
Another minute and a half left to go, Ryan.
White House just drills it.
He's giving it.
It's probably
out
not
for
the
a
right
goal
thing
kick.
to
I'm
do.
not sure if he was trying to drill it off of a Kings Lynn
Yeah.
player.
We'll see how quick this kick is from Paul Jones now.
Yeah, after taking 30 seconds, 40 seconds, up to 50, 60 seconds to take one. He's in a hurry to take this one, and we are now into the final minute of added time. Over the top it goes. Calverley heads it nicely, and Cole Hall is in on goal. Heads it, Cole Hall's in! Taken down inside the box.
It's a corner
Chorley
ball.
corner. Unbelievable challenge from
It's a
Cody
corner
Johnson.
ball. And yes, the referee's put his foot down, and it's a Chorley corner, and that should be the game now. I thought there for a second that was a penalty, but it's a brilliant challenge from Johnson. He has been an unbelievable player this season for Kingsland. Every time he's come against Chorley, he has been magnificent.
Yeah,
I'm sure opposition
he's
teams
been
have...
Lynn's best player by an absolute mile for me.
He's got an engine which doesn't seem to run out. It's incredible.
Corner taken short. You have to think this is... He's not blown. The flag's up for a Chorley throw. A few people thought that it might be the full-time whistle. Well, as my watch has it, Ryan, the 6 minutes are up, and that should be enough.
Good to see a Chorley fan in the comments here. Oh, it's a Chorley throw-in.
Yeah, the Chorley fans making all the noise because I think they know, Ryan. I think they know. It's up, and there you go. Full-time score here at the Grand Score Victory Park Stadium is Chorley 1, Kings Lynn Town 0 in the playoff eliminator. Mark Ellis, the difference maker on 84 minutes. Ryan, sum that one up for me.
Yeah, you can't sum it up, can you? It's absolutely incredible for Chorley to do it again in the playoffs. It's another big win. And you're seeing Coulson here. He's being a bit strange on this pitch. He's got doing some weird actions on the pitch, but
a few people on the pitch to say that at least, Ryan, I think it's important maybe not to get too carried away. It's Scunthorpe United, of all places to go. Probably of all the places you don't want to go in the playoff. You've got to go all the way to Scunthorpe for a semi-final clash at the weekend. Ryan, catch your breath.
Oh my God. The magic of the playoffs, eh? It had to be that man. It had to be Mark Ellis, the fans' player of the season, delivering special moments time after time after time. And again, it was just brilliant. It was a brilliant ball across from Cole Hall, a brilliant effort on goal from Scott Wilson, and it's a real poacher, striker's instinct once again from Mark Ellis. And I hope all the Chorley fans who are listening to this drink this in, because again, it's been another unbelievable season. We're into a semi-final now of this playoff, and you never know how far this Chorley team can go, because we've gone to Scunthorpe early in the season. We managed to get a point there. We've held on to a point. We're one of the few teams to not fall to defeat against Scunthorpe this season, Pete. So that's a really good thing to go into the game with, knowing that. But again, all the Chorley fans on the pitch, just keep it sensible, enjoy the moment, but do it by being disciplined. The Kingsland, and you're just seeing a bit of talk here between Freddie Sass and Chorley players, Jack Moore and Lecky, having their moment a little bit. Sass not happy. He's a competitor. He won't be happy, of course. Thank you to everybody who
Yeah,
listened in.
thanks to everyone for listening in this evening. Really appreciate all your feedback, all your kind words. Andrew Evans, Keith, Dan Feeney, Nigel Holloway, Stephen Modlin, everybody, each and every one of you for listening in tonight. Really appreciate you choosing us. And Ryan, we'll be back again on Saturday, the Attis Arena, to take on Scunthorpe United.
Yeah, I can't wait. It's going to be a good one.